There was once a place that used to be a spellbound crystal dream, where civilization was now coming to an end. In houses made of paper words lived the last of the settlers, for whom the only light left in the world was the glow of a projector. They did not know that the greatest tragedy had yet to befall them, that they were on the verge of losing the greatest thing man had ever made.
Why don't you leave us alone for a while, Smith? Take a break?
I'll be back.
You do know how to whistle, don't you? All you have to do is put your lips together and blow.
Are you talking to me?
There's a lot of debate over the first sound movie. Some say it was in 1927, The Jazz Singer, while others beg to differ. I couldn't stand it, all that noise. The gangster films were notorious, girls screaming, tires screeching, and men with their guns banging. Then they made A Streetcar Named Desire in 1951. And when I saw Marlon Brando screaming Stella, well, let's just say it didn't take me a long time to appreciate hearing a man on screen. I'm accustomed to watching films in bed. And God, how I remember them. I'm missing the man with the movie camera.
It ain't 1929 no more.
I just want to feel breathless again.
A Buddhist souffle?
New York Herald Tribune. John Luke Goddard blew me away in 1960 with those words.
Who's he? Have you slept with him?
You son of a bitch!
I've been cursed my whole life.
How dare you! How dare you say that! How dare you call the seeker! How dare you call the bicycle thieves! You enjoyed every minute of it!
After all, I am an asshole. After all, yes, I've got to. I've got to.
You'll burn in hell!
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
So I say to Smith, I tell him I'll get the movies back. He says, how? I say, I'll make him an offer he can't refuse.
The Godfather.
And would you believe? That's just one of my names. Fasten your seatbelt. It's gonna be a bumpy night.
Fuck, man, this is better than Disneyland.
Oh, is that what you want, Roberto? You want an apocalypse now?
I wanted an apocalypse in 1979, and I sure as hell want one now.
You know, it was Walter Benjamin who pointed out that photographic reproduction is inseparable from modernity, capitalism, and their respective ideologies. Can any of these things, be it color, sound, or anything, really change the narrative of a film? Or as a matter of fact, kill cinema? I really respect what you're trying to do here. It's very noble. But is it reasonable?
Cinema Century was in 1995. But since then, all the talk has been about the decline in cinema. It's death long before even me.
I won't lie to you. Sure, there's been a loss of cinematic experience in this latest revolution. It's not 35mm, but digital could save cinema. The spectacle, special effects are better experienced on the big screen. Color, sound, and the other types of relief should be a part of cinema, not seen as death of cinema.
Digital is not revolutionary in the way that these other technological advancements were. It doesn't in any way transform the nature of the motion picture experience. Audiences will not experience the cinema as those who heard sound, saw color, experienced widescreen and stereo sounds for the very first time.
Roberto, computer-generated graphics have enabled filmmakers to realize fantasy in a way that was only dreamed of a few years ago. Of course they will.
So then why do you need the old movies? Why can't I kill cinema if the new films are so good?
But how will we be inspired if the entire history of film is destroyed? It's not possible to imagine a future of cinema without its past.
And what about 35?
Screw 35! We make more films for less money and can charge double for them because it's digital.
For a moment there, you almost had me convinced.
Don't you want that, Roberto? I'm offering you a piece of all that today. Money beyond your wildest dreams. This revolution is all about economics, marketing new digital consumer products to a new generation of consumers.
At the supposed turn of the millennium, the 100 plus reign of celluloid was over. Film was considered dead. It is no longer a matter of whether it would happen, but when. Digital future or not, the future of cinema is in one man's hands now.
Roberto, people's spirit will die. No one will come to our movies because the old ones have been lost. Roberto, please.
I'm not averse on inflicting pain on you. And who the hell are you?
My name's Marie Paisa. I'm an aspiring filmmaker here on the behalf of the BFI.
Great, that's just what I need. Another yuppie independent filmmaker from the British Film Institute.
I'm here at the request of the Motion Pictures Association, Smith.
I don't care if God wants you here. This is my show and you're not in it.
You've been interrogating him for hours, and you're no closer to finding where the films are.
And what makes you think you can?
Because I love movies.
Kid, we all love movies here.
Not all of us.
I suggest you go back to England and play with your little HD cameras and leave this to the real filmmakers.
Smith, I'm here because I believe throughout history there has been nothing greater than cinema, and I can't imagine a world without film. You have a problem with me being here? I suggest you go take it up with the studio executives.
You'll be hearing from my people.
Like anyone in Hollywood gets back to the British.
So, what is it about the movies that gets everyone so fired up?
What else is there?
But it's not real.
Why does it have to be real? Andre Bazin. He was a realist, and he said, film is not what it adds to reality, but what it reveals of it.
And why do you want to make a film?
The first time I went to the cinema, I was 4 years old. I remember everything. I was clutching my dad's hand, and I couldn't hold still or eat my popcorn because I was so excited. And I was sitting in the chair, and as the room darkened, I closed my eyes for a second. And when I opened them, there it was. My window to Neverland. Just as it was written. Just as it was promised.
Neverland?
I've been asked to give you something, a plea to save cinema on behalf of the world.
Read it out loud.
What?
I said read it.
Once upon a time in Mexico, America, anywhere on Middle Earth, the good, the bad, and the ugly had a fistful of dollars. 28 days later, two brothers were welcomed to infinity and beyond. I spy, with my little eye, the birth of a nation. Utopian sensibility inspired by a doctor of expression, and Tim Burton, a matrix of thoughts. The French learned a new way. The Italian, their own brand of realism, and then colors have sex. Reality has gone on holiday, and orange alarm clocks have gone to die. All this splendor inside a palace of lights, a Roman holiday like no other. Liberated by the battleship Potemkin, look for a streetcar named Desire and take it down the yellow brick road. The ride will leave you breathless. Step into the looking glass through an aquarium between a knight and an angel. Discover the chocolate factory of your wildest dreams. Amusements include train spotting, finding Nemo, and seeing Russ Van Sant's elephant. Or take up a new sport. Bobsled with the Jamaican bobsled team. Fall in love at Wimbledon and ride the biggest wave ever at Point Break. Live in Pleasantville. Our local newspaper, Pulp Fiction, recently reported the Titanic hasn't sunk, the bicycle thieves were found not guilty, and Rhett Butler went back to Scotland. E.T. found his home, and Satine still doing the Moulin Rouge. There are no cruel intentions or sliding doors. You don't need to worry. Bill is already dead. You could meet a little mermaid, the Pirates of the Caribbean, a fairy, or take a magic carpet ride to Neverland. Make peace with the apes. Have great expectations. Go around the world in 80 days. Be the Lord of the Rings, or an American Beauty, and dance with wolves. Go to sleep. Be a good fella. Meet Joe Black and gossip. It's practical magic. It's chocolat. Learn the rules of attraction. This is a requiem for a dream. Nothing is irreversible. There are no virgin suicides. And these are all secrets, so don't say a word. A city of angels with vanilla skies. The city of God.
Did you write that?
So you see, Roberto, you can't kill cinema.
I'll tell you where the movies are.
I know where the films are.
What movie was it?
What?
The first time you went to the cinema, which movie did you see?
Oh, it was Robert Zemeckis' Roger Rabbit.
You've been following the White Rabbit ever since?
Yeah.
Of all the gin joints in all the towns all over the world, see you at the movie.